Yes. And Jai Gauranga Prabhu is here. Just see, in the temple of Gauranga Sunda. And I am also here in the temple of Gauranga Sunda in West London. All right, so we'll catch up with a little news very soon. In the meantime, as devotees are joining, let us do what we want to do perfectly, and that is give some genuine prayers to the Lord in his many manifestations. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurateje Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanena Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya
everybody.
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Garadhara Srivas Adi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes, we heard Ramananda Prabhu's voice just now, and about Ramananda Prabhu. San Jose, or maybe San Jose, anyway, California.
Dandwas. Yes, Maharaj. I don't know, I'm floating somewhere.
You're floating somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Gurudev came to this house many times. You also came once or twice. Yeah.
Same house.
Yes. Yeah.
And you used to have a hybrid car, some electric car.
Yeah, that's gone, long gone.
Long gone. I think that's the first electric car I was ever in.
Yeah, I was lucky by Gurudev's mercy. I just fell in my lap.
It fell in your lap. Oh,
yeah.
Superman.
Yeah. No, like Gurudev says, things come from up to down. So I wasn't planning. I just went to parking lot and ended up with the car, everything kind of by Gurudev's mercy manifested. Yeah.
All right. And so the devotees know this is Ramananda Prabhu. He's actually Indian. Don't be fooled that he's living in California. From Chandriga, is it?
No, that's the frame. I'm trying to find out where I'm from. That's just body. Now I'm American.
Okay. You see, he's bringing us into our proper Krishna consciousness, not from India, not from this place. We are from home and we need to go back.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We are not our bodies, the very beginning of our spiritual life. We must remember that.
Yeah, one time Gurudev came, I told him, I don't live in India, America. I live under your lotus feet. Gurudev.
You told him what?
That I live under your shelter, your lotus feet. Under your and Guru Maharaj shelter, lotus feet. So Gurudev try to live that way. Yeah.
And you see Ramananda Prabhu very happy. Gurudev came to his house and he's telling everyone came to his house. And when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita and we're reading about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tour of South India, then we see how everyone's so eager to invite him to his house. This is very, very devotional mood. And when Mahaprabhu stayed in Ranga Kshetra, which is where the very famous Ranganath temple is, when he stayed for the 4 months of the rainy season, then in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj has recorded that the Brahmanas, they gave invitations for Mahaprabhu to come to their homes to have his picture, his prasad, noon prasad in their homes. And in that 4 months, still everybody couldn't, every invitation couldn't be accepted because there were just so many invitations. Come to my home, come to my home, come to my home. And why does Mahaprabhu go to somebody's home? He goes to bless them, not to go to, okay, I'm going to eat at their home. So, in some way or another, just having a free meal. But the opposite, he's going to the places to give freely Krishna consciousness. And so this way, the devotees of Lakshmi Narayan in Rangakshetra, then they all came to understand about Krishna, about Radha Krishna, and about the chanting of Krishna's name. So, beautiful section of Chaitanya Charitamrita that we're being reminded of by seeing Ramananda Prabhu's happiness that Gurudev came to my home. Like this, very beautiful. And I also went to his home in the mood of a pilgrimage place because Gurudev had been to his home. Happily. All right, and in the chat box, Ananda Sundari is with us. Very good. Dandavats Ananda Sundari. And I heard that you got your ticket to Italy, I believe. Not to Italy, not to Italy. You got your ticket to the room of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, known as Vila Govinda Ashram. So, well done.
Dandavats Maharaj, yes, I'm so excited. I just need to get the visa. I'm going in on Monday. So I'm just going to take it from there.
Going for your visa on Monday?
Yes. I'm just waiting for for Mohindra Prabhu to send me some information. Then I'm going to print everything out. And then, Monday I'm going in.
Okay, good luck. Not good luck. May Krishna give you access, easy access. And I think you've been also to London, not to London, to Italy before?
No, I haven't. No, it's my first time to Europe, but I've traveled quite a few places before, so I'm not so stressed out. I just hope everything just works out perfectly fine. But
my advice for visas, and we've done many visas for many devotees over the years, is do your homework first. Don't go there missing anything that they ask. So you've got everything ready.
Yes, I do have everything ready. Whatever they required, I've got it. I've got a checklist. So everything for now is fine.
All right. So yesterday, okay, no, we'll stay to Krishna consciousness. No, we won't. Yesterday, I came here to London and I came with Jagannath Prabhu from France, who you've seen on the Zoom. You've seen. He's been staying in Italy in Vila Govinda Ashram. And
yes.
And it was very quiet coming into Heathrow Airport. There's this whole row of these machines where you put your passport when you arrive, like the automated desk. And so we came in, and then right straight in front, we both went straight in front. It was machine number 13, where you put your passport in, they take your photo like this. And somehow or another, I just walking up, and straight in front was 13. And I said, Jagannath, oh, there's number 13. I'm not going in through that one. So I went down to 15. Anyway, I went down 2. And then he kind of laughed. And he went to number 13. And anyway, by Krishna's grace, I went straight through, just like the automatic. But then he had to go for a little interview, because they select people for, just to check you out. So he went in number 13, laughing, and then there we are. He got caught for a little interview. So we did have a little chuckle afterwards. And I thought, oh, this number 13.
Okay, so I'm not going to number 13s.
Sorry?
I'm not going to any number 13s, any gates, anything 13.
All right, dear devotees, with Krishna consciousness, we want not superstition, we want Krishna consciousness. And it was just a little side event that took place with us. And it's always happy to travel with devotees. And anyway, we can tell you all sorts of stories. From yesterday also, we had some mini adventure, good mini adventure, to come to the temple. But everything is good with the devotees, and really we had a happy journey. And if you're not with the devotees, you may also have a happy journey in another way. But when you're with the devotees, then always something seems to come up, and observations and things. So anyhow, dear devotees, we're here in London, and today is Nityananda's appearance day, Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day, Trayodaśī. Trayodaśī is 13th day, like Ekadashi, 11th, Dwadashi, 12th, Trayodaśī, 13. So Nityananda Prabhu appeared today, and so straight away let us make sure we give a few words for Nityananda Prabhu and also for Varahadev, because yesterday was his appearance, the day that he appeared. And Varahadev is one of the 10 principal avatars of the Lord. And who is the Lord? Anybody know who is the original Lord from which all the avatars come? Ashapurna knows.
Shri Krishna.
Shri Krishna. Adi Deva. Govindam Adi Purusham. Purusha is like progenitor, from creator. So the Adi Purusham, the very first Purusha, the very first progenitor. Hare Krishna. So yes, so Varahadev, one of the 10 principal avatars from Avatari, beautiful Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful. And everyone here is faithful. Yes, everyone here is a faithful devotee. Okay, so we can say, how did Varahadev appear? Was from the nostril of Lord Brahma. And I mean, when we think about Krishna's humor, we have to think, no, I'm going to appear as a boar. How will I appear? I'll appear from the nostril of Lord Brahma. I mean, lots of things, or everything about Krishna, his Leela, his manifestations, what he does. Everything is wonderful, and we can use this word chamatkara, which most devotees know quite well from its many, many times use within Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in particular, where we find this word. Amazing. And why did Lord Varahadev appear? He appeared to rescue the earth from having fallen from its orbit due to the demoniac influence, having fallen from its orbit and gone into the depths of the Garbhodaksha, the Garbhodaksha ocean, the ocean which is half of the universe is filled with water. So this ocean, the earth had fallen in there, it was down in the depths. And then the Lord, he's thinking, okay, then I'm being called to rescue the earth. How will I rescue the earth? And so as a boar he came. A boar means like a pig. But Africa, you know what is a boar. They have them in the jungles in Africa. Boars, you may think they're quite small, but they're quite, if they get in a group in particular, or if they have children, they can be very dangerous. And they have these 2 tusks on the front. And they can sniff around in the water. They put their snout into water, and they can find where is food. Like we can smell, well, we can smell a little bit when we sniff. But I mean, dogs, for instance, and many creatures, just by smelling, they can catch so much more than we can and search out food. But that's in the air. But the pig, the boar, he can sniff out food within water, which is, quite amazing. I suppose it's like a fish in one. I suppose a fish sniffs out food, doesn't it? So thinking about it. But the boar, he puts his nose into the ocean, but he becomes a big boar. he's born from Lord Brahma's nose, not the first tell a new person when you, oh, you know about Krishna consciousness. God appears as a boar from the nostrils of a four-headed person. Who was the first creator of the universe? I mean, it's not the first thing you tell people. Otherwise, people may think this is rather strange, and I think we leave them to their books that they read. But for the devotees, these are glorious things. So he appeared from his nostril and grew, and I hope and expect you've read or heard something about Lord Varaha over the last 24 hours at the time of his appearance. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, there's the description of Varaha's appearance. And Lord Brahma becomes very puzzled. What's this that's come out of my nose? A little baby boar. And then very quickly in front of him, it expands into the sky and into the sky. And it takes up how much space in the sky, but this all totally amazing to Lord Brahma. And then he goes about his business, and Brahma can understand, oh, this is Vishnu, and he's coming to rescue the earth. Part of my creation, I created the universe inside by the grace of Krishna, and here Krishna has come to rescue the earth, which has fallen from its orbit and is now in the bottom of the ocean. And then this all took place, and then the fight between the boar, Lord Boar, or Varahadev, and Hiranyak, the famous Hiranyakashipu, or the infamous, who became famous, Hiranyakashipu, his brother. So the big fight, because it was his brother that pushed the earth into the ocean. So it's a long story, and we can't obviously read the whole story here. But this is why Krishna has given us the internet, but more important, it's why Krishna has given us the books that we can read wherever we are, basically, from the internet. And so there we are. I encourage you to read that. And of course, Srila Prabhupada's given us the translations, but Srila Prabhupada's given us the commentaries as well, the purports. And we should try to understand Krishna consciousness through the devotees. And so through the purports, we are getting so much of the personal nature and explanation from Srila Prabhupada today. And this is scripture, living scripture. Everything is alive. So Lord Boar, Varahadev, came to rescue the earth. And by the way, the presiding deity of Koladeep in Navadip, the island of Koladeep, where Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat is, means where Srila Guru Maharaj established Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat. That island, the presiding deity is Varahadev. Each island has a presiding deity, and in Koladeep, the principle, the focus of seva, of the 9 principal devotional services, the principal seva emphasized in Koladeep speciality is Pada Sevanam, which means seva. Each of them, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, each island has got its own speciality. And Koladeep is Pada Sevanam, so service, seva, very strongly represented. And the presiding deity of Koladeep is Lord Boar, Varahadev. And by himself, by his will, Varahadev, also by Krishna's humor, because there were some incidences that brought Varahadev, that Varahadev arranged so that he would come to Chaitanya Saraswati Mat and be on the altar in the king of all temples, as we hear in the description of Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat in the Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Matavara Udgita Kirtir Jaya Shrim Shloka. The king of all temples, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. There, Varahadev came as Shalagram Shila, the stone from, apparently a stone from the Himalayas, from Muktinath, and took his seat on his throne in the king of all temples. And there, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev serving him, and service goes on until today through the devotees. So Lord Bo, very close to our heart. And today here, so this is yesterday in some part, and today here. Today here is Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day. And actually, I can't say exactly this is why I came to London. Oh, it is why I came, because I was invited for Nityananda's appearance day. So I'm in London for Nityananda's appearance day. And the devotees, very sweet, and gave us a very sweet reception yesterday evening, very kind. And we are happily in London, in the London rain, in the London this, the London that. And we've come for Nityananda's appearance day. And of course, without Nityananda, we would be nowhere. And we say this, and it is true, we say this about like so many particular personalities. Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti-Vinod Thakur, of course Gauranga Mahaprabhu, of course Krishna himself. And we just read a prayer. Sorry, I can't give the quote, but we're describing as prayers to Krishna, that Krishna, you appear in your various leelas, your various pastimes, your various incarnations. You appear in the world simply and only for the benefit of others, for the benefit of the population. You have your pastimes in many forms. And Nityananda Prabhu and Gauranga, Nitai and Gauranga, are engaged in the topmost pastime of distributing and giving the passport and giving the visa, about passports and visas, giving the passport and giving the visa to come to the topmost plane of the lands of God. The lands of God, the topmost plane is where God is original God, the origin of everything. Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful. And Nitai and Gauranga and Advaita Acharya, or Panchatattva, they came to give us Krishna consciousness. Again, easy to say, but think what is Krishna consciousness. It is a very, very sweetest conception, but happens to be the highest conception of the goal of life, of what we are made for, etc. The land of Krishna. So Nitai, Nityananda's appearance day, then Nityananda, he is more generous than Mahaprabhu, but yet Mahaprabhu is known as Mahavadanyaya, the greatestly, the supremely generous. But yet Nityananda is known as more generous than Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu is giving us access to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is giving us access to Radha Krishna Leela. And Nityananda Trayodaśī, then of course, for the last several years, I mean since maybe 3 years before Srila Gurudev's disappearance, probably it was 2007, then the ashram was inaugurated. Or, no, maybe later. Anyhow, under construction from 2007 or 2008, the later part of Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj's pastimes, then first the ashram building to give facility to devotees, then the Nat Mandir, the temple, the Kirtan hall, then manifested and was inaugurated in 2010. So in 2009, 2008, then the ashram building would be there. Then 2010, the large Kirtan hall, Nat Mandir, the dancing temple, the dancing hall, was inaugurated with Srila Gurudev's presence via, not Zoom, it didn't exist, but via something, I can't remember, Skype or something like that, but he was watching live and I was sitting with Gurudev watching live also that inauguration. Gurudev wanted to go, he was in Calcutta and there was preparation to take Gurudev by helicopter with Gurudev Express. Yes, I want to go. And he gave instruction to Srila Acharya Maharaj, who was doing the construction there, as very capably he does. He gave instruction to him, like at least twice in my presence, don't put any construction on the roof of the ashram, of the Nat Mandir, because keep it clean so a helicopter can land. So this was Gurudev's like preparation. If he could, he would go. And there was a helicopter arranged and everything was like tentatively booked and preparation, so ready. But Gurudev's health, external health, material health, means that he couldn't actually go at that time physically, but he was there. So that was the inauguration of the Nat Mandir. Was on this day, the Nityananda Trayodaśī in 2010, and then we have Gaurupanima, and then little less than a month later, then Srila Gurudev's disappearance, Hare Krishna, which we won't focus on today. So for the last few years, then of course our mind goes to our ashram in the beautiful place of Ekachakra. And I believe here it was on Zoom, we had some darshan of Ekachakra a few weeks ago. Devotees were there. And Chintamani was on her way to Ekachakra to clean the rooms. And so we got a little first-hand experience of traveling in the modern age to Ekachakra by train, by tuk-tuk, whatever they say, auto rickshaw, etc. A little different than Guru Maharaj's time, when Guru Maharaj went to Ekachakra for permission to establish an ashram in Navadip. And he went there with all his books. He went with the bullock cart, with his trunk of books and things that his treasures. His treasure was not gold, diamonds, and rubies. His treasure was more than that. It was the scripture, as King Birambir found out when Srinivasacharya, Narottam, and Shyamananda Prabhu, they were bringing the books of Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, etc., Raghunath Das Goswami, bringing the books of the Goswamis over to Bengal by bullock cart again. And then his astrologer told him, there's some very great treasure coming through your kingdom. Tonight we should go and bring these in our dedicated service to you, our dear master. So you see, everyone's serving somebody. So the dacoits went and they robbed these jewels, these gems, and then King Birambir only found books, nothing else. But the astrologer double-checked. The king said, astrologer, you said there were great jewels there. And then he checked again all his observations, calculations, and said, yes, it is sure. Then that was some seed of good fortune for the dacoit, the bad king, that he had some faith in his astrologer. And so he kept them safely and couldn't understand how they could be jewels, and only later then discovered, okay, this is what these jewels are, again by the grace of the Vaishnavas. So Srila Guru Maharaj went to Ekachakra with these great jewels, gems, great wealth, on his buffalo cart in the form of his books and whatever worldly possessions, and went to Ekachakra, to Nityananda Prabhu, and there asked his permission. And that's when Nityananda Prabhu told to Guru Maharaj, while Guru Maharaj is giving obeisances with this mood, this is when Nityananda told to him, like very clearly, Guru Maharaj heard Nityananda say, why should I give you permission or mercy to stay there in Navadip if you have been given so much, but you are not distributing that? Because that time Guru Maharaj was not giving initiation. And so Guru Maharaj, he understood this very clearly, and he then made that submission to Nityananda, but to himself, but it must be to Nityananda. Okay, strongly your wish is that. So Guru Maharaj considered, and then he's considered, I will not actively go to recruit, but who will come? I must give shelter by the order, by the grace of Nityananda Prabhu. So this way, Ekachakra has always been in our thoughts, but only with some like physical or vision, because I've not been to Ekachakra, and most devotees had not gone to Ekachakra before we had a temple there. And now we have a temple. Then we have some vision. We have some, okay, Ekachakra looks like this, looks like this. But before, then we had just the descriptions of Ekachakra, where we hear, like it was such a wonderful place. And Nityananda Prabhu was such a well-behaved, perfect son that every mother wants a son like Nityananda Prabhu. And the interesting, well, many interesting things, but Nityananda Prabhu, so sweet and such a wonderful child, and playing, what was his play was the different leelas of the avatars of Krishna, which probably included Varahadev's appearance, Varahadev and so many things. And somehow he knew all these pastimes, and with all the children. We know why somehow he knew all the pastimes, but the family, all the villagers and everybody, they were amazed that, oh, look, Nityananda, he's acting out such and such a pastime, engaging his school friends and everybody else. And he was so well behaved. But when he grew up, he became known as Avadut. And he was known as Avadut. Srila Guru Maharaj points out that actually many people didn't know his name was Nityananda in his adult pastimes, in his grown-up pastimes. He was known as Avadut because his ways were quite different from the normal ways of the world. It means he didn't care about social this, social that, and so many things. And he was known as Avadut, but he did care about Krishna and about, of course, Gauranga Mahaprabhu when that time came. When Mahaprabhu showed his devotional nature, then all these wonderful descriptions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, where we get the meeting of Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And once in the Leela meeting, instantly it is the bond. Instantly, already bonded, but nobody can understand or see. But when they met, then everybody can see Nitai and Gauranga. Hare Krishna. And of course, we are not Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, of course, but we are reminded about, when we're just saying these few little specks of pastimes of Nityananda and of Gurudev, of Guru Maharaj, then they are like indications of just so much more that took place in Mahaprabhu's time with Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, but in Guru Maharaj's time with Nityananda, with Mahaprabhu, with Gurudev's time, Nityananda and Mahaprabhu. So anyway, happily, we want to give some special attention for Varahadev, then now for Nityananda Prabhu, and may they be gracious upon us all. Hare Krishna. And Seva Rupa has put in Lord Varahadev, Veda base. Oh, so it's Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13, it looks like. Is that correct? Yes, okay. And Chintamani, I'm just checking in the chat, checking the chat box. Chintamani saying, I am here at the Govardhan mat now. She put a balloon on a string, except I don't have glasses on. Maybe a balloon on a string. Hare Krishna. Now our mind is going to go. You see, now our mind can flicker to many places, but if it flickers to the holy places and to the holy things, then very good. That's better flickering than flickering in the mundane plane of inattentive, whatever, distractions from Krishna consciousness. Yes, and the devotees are very kind. We've been getting some pictures they've been sending me, and probably they're putting on social media, but I don't see the social media, believe it or not. I just, by the devotees' request, we put things there, but rarely do I see, unless like this, we get like a particular place where people say, oh, you should see this. Okay. But the devotees have been sending me some pictures, keeping a little informed. And of course, a picture tells 1,000 words. But actually, again, the pictures, they are wonderful because they transport us there to where many of them were very familiar with the places. But it's the 1,000 words which will actually make the picture, or even not even the 1,000 words, but the description, the words of those who see the inner side. It's their words which will actually help us to see, as Guru Maharaj says, we see by hearing. But please keep sending the pictures, don't stop sending the pictures. Because the pictures are very inspiring for us to see. Hare Krishna, Jivanadiri. Please, you've got a whole notepad of goodies to show, treasures to share, as we were saying about Srila Guru Maharaj's treasure chest when he went to Ekachakra to ask for grace from Nityananda. But Jivanadi, over to you.
Well, we'll have our celebration tomorrow because we're always a little behind. We think we're the center of the universe, but as it turns out, we're not. And that's always surprising. But so great. Dandavat to everybody. So great to see everybody on this wonderful day of, at least here, it's Varaha's appearance day. And you gave such a beautiful recap of that, Maharaj. And was reading one time in the Bhagavatam and how when Lord Varaha came, all the demigods, they were so excited. And Varahadev was like cheering to them, and they were cheering back and cheering back and forth. And then the demigods are kind of like, you know, you really got to get rid of this Hiranyaksha. You know, can we move on with destroying him? But they were having so much fun also with all the cheering going back and forth. But these pastimes, like you said, they have so many different levels, and there's so many different aspects. And we just, like you said it so perfectly, we get like a little, what did you say? A little like a glimpse, or like a little, just a pinch of something. And actually, in some ways, it's enough for us because we're such teeny tiny living entities. And how much can we digest? We can't really digest that much. And actually, even Bhaktisiddhanta has cautioned us not to worry about digesting much. We just really can't do it. So try to focus on your service, and what we get to hear is a great treat. And we were reading one of the songs of Lord Nityananda. I don't have the songbook that has the translations, but it was the one where Lord Nityananda goes house to house, and he's begging the people, you know, please chant this name of Gaur. He loved to preach about chanting the name of Gauranga Sundar versus Krishna. That was like his thing. But he was like this beautiful, extremely tall, beautiful, effulgent personality. And he would knock on people's doors, and we just can't even imagine how excited the people would be. And he would say, please chant this name, I beg of you. And he would roll on the ground, and he would look like a large golden mountain rolling on the ground in front of these people, begging them to chant. So I believe his preaching was super successful, and people would really be very attracted to doing that. But he was so attractive that's how. And Mahaprabhu sent him out, especially in Bengal, where the people are very scholarly and intelligent, and not so inclined to being Krishna conscious. But his way of preaching was so dynamic and beautiful, and kind of spectacular. So anyway, we were reading that. We were singing that song, how it goes house to house, and begs everybody, please, you chant this name of Gauranga. And like it says in the Dayal Nitai Chaitanya, the most merciful Lord Chaitanya song, that he, such a personality, such a magnanimous personality, you can't find such a thing. That just doesn't exist. And it's very hard for our little brains to understand how glorious this is. But he suffered beatings from Jagai and Madhai, and he had no intention of retribution for them. In fact, when Mahaprabhu wanted to really take them out, because he was so angry when he heard, and it was Lord Nityananda who told him, no, this isn't the time. This is the time where you give mercy to these people, and that will even make your glories even greater. And so by his connection, we can get a connection with Mahaprabhu, and by that connection, we can get a connection to the highest domain of Radha and Krishna, which is way above our pay grade, at least my pay grade. But actually, like Gurudev would often say, Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, that a person is known by their goals, by their ideal. So we always must keep these ideals.
Jai. And the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and of Narottam Das Thakur, of Lochan Das Thakur, these songs, they are our full guideline. And we've heard Gurudev say, everything is in the songbook. Yeah. Only we have these songs. Mm-hmm. We've also heard him say, everything is in Sharanagati, everything is in Prapanajivanamrita. So everything is in Shikshastakam. I mean, this way, we've got so many treasures. And the thing is, it's all been given to us. It's not that we are going looking around the library and picking out things we like. Oh, I like this, I like that. But they've been given to us instructionally. So for our instruction. Like the first book that Srila Guru Maharaj gave to Srila Gurudev was Sharanagati, and gave that book to him to learn, and he tick-marked 32 songs, which basically they're the songs which are not that section. At the end of some of the chapters in Sharanagati, you see there are some songs which are high songs where Bhaktivinoda is identifying himself as a Sakhi, as a lady assistant servitor in Vrindavan. But that's far away and must be dealt with very carefully. And Guru Maharaj so first didn't tick mark those songs. He gave the songs for our direction, and the goal, which is being expressed also in Sharanagati, that will come a little later when we've first got the foundation back to basics, the basics of our devotional life. And the basis is Nityananda and Gauranga, Nitai and Gauranga. And surrender to them. Guru Maharaj also very, for time, place, and circumstance, giving suitable example, giving the example of depositing money in the bank in one city and withdrawing it in another city, like this. So when you deposit, when you make your deposit in Navadip, in other words, in the service of Nitai and Gauranga, you will find that that bank account is like withdrawn. You can withdraw that in Vrindavan. Oh, this is actually being deposited in Vrindavan, but we're thinking it's in Navadip. So Nitai and Gauranga, they are the foundation. And in Sharanagati, then we find this. And in the Kirtan guide, we will find the songs which are regularly chanted in Navadip, and more, because there are more songs which are sung, but maybe less often, and so they didn't make it into directly the Kirtan guide. And by the way, I came across, a little bit by chance, a very, okay, I'll have to prepare it for next time, get a link. But I did come across a very nice compilation of the daily program, what's pretty much understood as the daily program in Navadip. Some audio of those songs, nicely prepared by Mahamantra Prabhu, Venezuelan Mahamantra Prabhu, who was serving in Navadip at that very last time of Srila Gurudev, of his manifest pastimes, and after Gurudev disappeared. And he collected and prepared a nice selection of songs. If somebody I don't have a pen and paper. And unusually, I don't have a pen and paper with me, because I just came here yesterday evening. And I haven't unpacked. I don't even have much to unpack. But anyway, I haven't unpacked as such. But if you can remind me, I'll next week give a link to that, so that we can hear also some of these songs being chanted, some by Gurudev, some by the devotees. Sevarupa has given us a Dasavatar Stotram. Yes, the Dasavatar Stotram, this we are singing, and in particular Varahadev's appearance of the 10 principal avatars, Dash avatar, 10 avatar. But these are 10 principal avatars. And Krishna also, in some places we see Krishna appears in every species. And then we think we better be careful. We don't know who this goldfish is or who this other person is. Keeps us on our toes. But the other point is that there's a Jiva Atma, there's a Jiva soul in every living entity. And we must respect that with every Atma there is Paramatma. And so we must respect that the Lord is everywhere. But the Dash Avatar Stotram, it's the 10 principal avatars that are listed. And there we've got Varahadev's appearance also. So this is for that day. And Nityananda's appearance day, then The description that Srila Gurudev liked very much is the description in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Nityananda Prabhu and his walking about like an intoxicated elephant, etc. And Srila Gurudev, he instructed that, I need to find it, that this part be included in that book, a small but sweet book called The Nectarian Glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And at that time, Kamal Krishna Prabhu put this book together. And when we are showing this to Srila Gurudev, then Gurudev said that it must include this section from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it is in that booklet. And again, so the divine pastimes of Nityananda. So it may be on page 59. I have the book here in PDF format. I'll just jump to page 59 and see if this is. But I think it's at the back of the book. Oh, okay, I've got it. It's page 83 in that the Glories of Nityananda Prabhu. The divine form of Sri Nityananda Prabhu from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And it's it's Adi Leela, chapter 5, verses 181 to 197. And Srila Gurudev recited these verses, and he was, like, can't really say intoxicated, but this, he was just so much relishing these verses. So should I just read them? There's 16 verses. So yes, I will read this. It's from Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, specifically Gurudev instructed affectionately, this part, it must be in this book. This is the description of Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, so I'm going to read. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. So this is simply the verses. So it's Adi Leela, chapter 5, text 181 to 197. So maybe I won't read all the Bengali, but at least a couple of the verses here at the beginning will start. Nai hati nikate jamat tapura name grama taha svapne dekadila Nityananda Rama Dandavat hoya ami parinupayate Nija pada padma prabhu dila mora mate Uta boli more bole bara uti tara rupa deki hainu chamatkara Swayam chikanna kanti prakanda sharira shakshar kandapa jaiche maha malavira. And now we have the strong description. Okay, so some of you may also catch what we just read, but here we are. I'll read the translation for this section. Selected verses selected by Srila Gurudev, verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita in glorification of Nityananda Prabhu. Near the town of Naihati, in the village of Jamatpur, Lord Nityananda Ram appeared to me in a dream. This is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. I fell at his feet, offering my obeisances, and he then placed his own lotus feet upon my head. Arise, arise, he told me again and again. Upon rising, I was astonished to see the beauty of his divine form. He had a bright, whitish complexion. He was 7 feet tall and had a strong, stout figure like that of a great wrestler. His exalted beauty was just like that of Lord Balaram. He had very pleasantly formed hands, arms, and legs, and eyes like lotus flowers. He wore silk cloth and a silk turban on his head. He wore golden earrings on his ears, golden armlets and bangles. He wore tinkling ankle bells on his feet and a flower garland around his neck. His body was anointed with sandalwood pulp on his body, and he was nicely decorated with tilak. His intoxicated movements surpassed those of a dancing elephant. Okay, I shouldn't give my purport, but it always surprises me about this example of the dancing elephant. Okay, next verse. His face was more effulgent than millions upon millions of moons, and his teeth resembled pomegranate seeds because of his chewing betel. Don't chew betel, dear devotees. It's been made very clear to us. But Nityananda can chew betel, of course. Okay. His body swayed to and fro, absorbed in ecstasy, and he chanted, Krishna, Krishna, in a deep voice. Krishna, Krishna, Bolya, Gambhira, Bola, Bole. Then Ranga Jashti Haste Dole, Jaina Mata Singha, Chari Pashi Vedi Arche, Charaneti Bringa. He moved like an intoxicated lion with a strong knotted bamboo stick in his hand. On all four sides, his devotee associates, dressed like cowherd boys, surrounded his lotus feet like a swarm of bumblebees and chanted, Krishna, Krishna, absorbed in ecstatic love. Some of them played horns and flutes, and others danced and sang. Some of them offered betel nuts, and others waved chamaras about him. Thus I saw the opulence of Lord Nityananda Swarup. His wonderful form, qualities, and pastimes are all transcendental manifestations. I was overwhelmed with transcendental ecstasy, not knowing anything else. At that time, Lord Nityananda smiled and spoke to me as follows. He said, "Oh, my dear Krishna Das, do not be afraid. Go to Vrindavan, for there you will attain all things." And in Bengali, that instruction of Nityananda was, Are Are Krishna Rasa na karaha bhaya, Vrindavane jaha, taha sava labhya haya. Hare Krishna. Next verse, after saying this, he directed me toward Vrindavan. Etaboli, prerila more, hatashani dia, antadhana koila Prabhu, nija gana loya. After saying this, Nityananda Prabhu directed me toward Vrindavan by waving his hand. Then he disappeared with his associates. I fainted and fell to the ground. My dream broke, and when I regained consciousness, I saw that morning had come. I considered what I had seen and heard, and concluded that Lord Nityananda had ordered me to go to Vrindavan at once. That very second, I immediately started for Vrindavan, and by Lord Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, I reached there in great happiness. And then the last verse, Jaya Jaya Nityananda, Nityananda Rama, Jahara Kripate Painu Vrindavana Dham. All glory to Lord Nityananda Ram, by whose mercy I have attained shelter in the transcendental abode of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Wonderful. And wonderful knowing that this was like Gurudev's, like specific, not only knowing, being there, hearing Gurudev giving this direction about these verses, like specifically Gurudev saying, this is the description of Nityananda. Hare Krishna. Govinda. Okay, and then what more can I say? Hare Krishna. Govindam Adipurusham. Tammaham bhajami. Okay, we are now officially over time, but I see movement on Chintamani's auspicious phone, because her phone has some eye to see something, at least, of the Dharma. Hare Krishna. So, Chintamani, good to see you, but can we also see where you are just now?
Dandavad Maharaj, I was trying to find an ATM. A devotee sent a donation for the feast today at Govardhan, and I unfortunately can't find an ATM with money in it. But we're on the main road right now, and I'm just heading back to the Mott, which is just a short, less than 5-minute walk away. But the main Parikrama road going that way, and then here too, right?
Yeah, I know exactly where you are, and I'm happy to see. Yeah. Yeah.
And then picking up, I like to buy chai for the devotees. So I get this is my guy, my chai one. Oh, 8 minutes. So anyway, I give my Dandavats and thank you for the wonderful
Okay.
Harikatha today. I really appreciate you all.
Thank you for that little, in remembrance of Avadut Nityananda, mention of the chai walla. Okay, this is our mini touch of Govardhan, and I do know exactly where Chintamani is, by that gateway also, not by the chai walla, by the gateway, that archway over the road, and that when you go through there, that does go down to our temple, if we may be so bold. That goes down to Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj's temple. All right, dear devotees, so let us continue. And Seva Didi, I'll give one person the charge. Please remind me of what I've already forgotten I meant to do. Okay, I've just reminded myself. Make a link, give a link next time to that nicely prepared folder of kirtans of the daily program.
Maharaj, Dandavats. Yes. If you can just check, I did save that link from Telegram, and I've posted it under that says Sri Das Avatam. So that link, I don't know if it comes up, but I think it's the songs that you were looking for.
Hare Krishna. You are using an unsupported browser. Oh, thank you very much. The thing is, oh yes, it says Daily Kirtan DVD, SES Math by Mahamantra. Yes, this is the thing. Okay, so Seva Rupadiri. You don't have to remind me next time. Here is the link. And I haven't, thoroughly listened to every one. But after finding this a couple of days ago, I did listen like a little bit randomly. And I thought, okay, Mahamantra has done a very good job. And Mahamantra is a thorough devotee, and he really does whatever he does, he tries to do very perfectly. We have that experience from Navadip, from Calcutta, and then afterwards by his service that he's doing for the devotees. All right, dear devotees, Vrindavaneshri Didi, late at night, Leela Moy Prabhu, late at night. And Narayani Nadi Didi, we're very happy. From the beginning you were with us this time, and we're very happy that you joined us. This is Nityananda's appearance day. And to each of you, Ashapurna Devirasi, and to Ananda Sundari, we talked a little bit before, Dana, who just revealed her heart on the Zoom in the top corner of the little box. Radha Sundari, Tango Rasa Dedi, Jai Gauranga Prabhu here in London. at 2 a.m. Well, now 3 a.m. and Ganga Leela Didi. And I don't have the Facebook on. I would have done, but somehow Facebook knows I'm somewhere different and wants me to verify or something. So I didn't have
Dandavat.
Who's Dandavat?
I am actually on my way into the Pancha Tattva temple here in Laguna Beach, California. They're having the appearance day today. So
In Laguna Beach. Okay.
Yes, I think it's the only Pancha Tattva temple in the U.S. The ISKCON temple.
Okay. Wonderful. I wasn't aware of that temple.
It's really nice. Those are beautiful deities. I don't know if anybody wants to come. It's like I'm parked now. I'm gonna go in there right now. So I don't know if anybody is staying on to see the Murtis.
Okay, well, this body is staying on. When we are being given this opportunity, then we are happily.
Okay, so I parked my car like very not good. So just one more second, but I'm like 1 minute. I am sorry.
They're all good. It's all good. Make sure you remember where you park your car. Devotees,
yes, I'm
you
actually
lose
very
their
close.
cars sometime in those car parks. And I'm sure I would too if I was parking in some of those car parks.
It's just up the street from the temple. It's a very small neighborhood. Just neighborhood parking. Very nice neighborhood. I'm so lucky to live nearby. Okay.
In the meantime, on Chintamani's phone, we're seeing what we see of Govardhan today. This is Govardhan town. And heading towards our temple, this is the Parakram path, and we're walking sort of the wrong way down the Parakram path, as it were, because we're not on Parakrama, we're going to the temple. So it doesn't look so busy just now. But it's a week. Interestingly, it's Ekadashi and full moon that are the busy days in Govardhan. We know this street very well. This is the little road that comes up to our temple. So as Ganga Leela is preparing to go into the Panchatattva temple, here's our Govardhan temple. So we're getting a little glimpse. So in a moment it will be these buildings. None of these buildings were here before. Well, this one on the left was. The little bricks, the tiny bricks, you see, of old Vrindavan. Oops, a hole in the wall. But this is not ours. This is the left-hand wall. Then on the right hand, just now, almost, no, not just yet, we're going to see, yeah, we just got a glimpse of the entrance to our temple. And here's a motor car. Just see how many people you can get in a small vehicle. Here's the entrance to our temple. Here's the gateway. And this is the Srila Sridhar Swami Seva Ashram. Dayal Nitai. Jai. And here's the entrance. So Srila Sridhar Swami Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Sri Anu Giriraj Ki Jai. Okay, the gateway. Yes, the gate, same gate. This is the temple of Sri Anu Giriraj with the sunrise. This is the sunrise. And you see devotees, they ask, oh, according to this Shastra, that Shastra, the temple should be a certain way round. But out of practicality, sometimes the temples don't exactly face east. And as you can see here, the sun is rising behind the temple. But it would be, anyway, it's not carved in marble that, you know, the temple has to face east. Out of practicality here, you see, to facing west. And here is the temple of Anu Giriraj. And meanwhile, okay, so we have take a quick look. So devotees are doing the morning program in Govardhan. But now I think we're ready to come over. Hare Krishna. So now, okay, so now we're going to switch over to Laguna Beach and to the Panchatattva. So we'll come to Laguna Beach. Thank you so many. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. All right. So okay, thank you very much. I know you're in the kirtan there. So we've had a little darshan in Govardhan, and we've had a darshan here of Panchatattva here on Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day, and we appreciate very much that you've given us this opportunity. Dandavad Pranam. All right, dear devotees, we ran a little over our regular time, but it's okay. It's Nityananda's appearance day and Varahadev's appearance day, and we have the fortune of a little touch of coming in front of the Panchatattva, being seen by them maybe, but everything is possible. The Lord can do everything. He can appear as a boar from the nostril of Brahma. Then anything else, what can we say? And Nityananda's appearance day, and we had a little touch of Govardhan just now, and we've got our devotee association here on Zoom, here on Facebook, and with the recorded version. And by the way, we are very happy to meet devotees, hear from devotees, and already in London, hearing from devotees who regularly do see that we don't know, see our programs and things. And so to everybody, to all of you, we appreciate very much to have your company. Gives us some service, but we are all together. It's not a one-sided association, and we need each other in order to keep going forward and to get strength and to remind ourselves what we're doing with this body, this life, this time, and our super fortune. So as always, huge jais to our wonderful masters, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Om Vishnupad Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai, and Om Vishnupad Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Now Shri Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai, Shri Varahadev Ki Jai, Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswata Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, and Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. So Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Dear devotees, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo.
Jai Shri Bhaktiranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Time to go to bed, Leela Moy Prabhu. Late at night for young brahmacharis. But we appreciate your sacrifice to stay up late and help keep these Zooms running. So we appreciate very much. And to each of you, our appreciation, of course. Hare Krishna.